Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of, and I didn't come up with this, Comic Capers. That's right. When we started this whole monstrosity, capes and lunatics sidekicks, we wanted to be more versatile, so now we have a show where we can review anything comics related we want. DC, Marvel, new releases, old titles, because, you know, the old stuff was the best.
Because we're old and crotchety.
That's right.
We have newfangled stuff.
So tonight we're talking DC, so you know who's here.
Hey y'all, Lilith Hellfire, what is up?
And I am Phil, because I am a podcast hog and have to do everything. But yeah, we're discussing, it's kind of recent. I mean, it's Batman White Knight, the whole series, because we're recording this on Wednesday. Issue 8 came out today, so.
Well, God knows when you'll get this on the podcast, or is this a YouTube exclusive?
No. It'll, like Monday, I think I'll put this on the podcast.
Okay. So look forward to it in a month, people. I'm kidding.
Oh, dang.
So there's an interesting thing about White Knight. It was only supposed to have 7 issues, but then they went ahead and gave them the 8th issue. And the 8th issue is like giant size on top of that.
Yeah, because it was $1 more, yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was definitely worth the $1 more.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, that was, and they were constantly running out of it. I know that issue 4 was the one that my store didn't have, and that one went into like a second printing.
So
let's see. One got 4 printings, 2 had 3 printings, 3 and 4 had 2 printings. Yeah. So it's been best selling every month that it's been out. So
like I told you, I was thinking of whether I should wait for the trade or not, but then on Free Comic Book Day on this past Saturday, I was picking up some free stuff, and I figured, you know what? You can't just run into the store and pick up free stuff. You gotta support the brick and mortar, unlike some people. So
hey, you saw my haul.
Oh yeah, you supported your store this time. Oh yeah, heck yes. But yeah, they had like issues 1 through 7, except that, like I said, it didn't have issue 2, so I had to pick that up today when I picked up issue 8. But
yeah, so basically, I was kind of turned off initially. I was just like, by the whole premise, but then it was just like I saw who was writing it, and I'm a Tokyo Ghoul person, and I know he did Constantine City of Demons, not the animated show, but the like mini series from like 2000. And so I was kind of familiar with his work. So I was just like, okay, the artwork is going to be great. It's going to be at least that's going to pay for itself at the very least. Well, so I just went ahead and I jumped in on like issue 3, I think it was.
I think that's what had me hesitant at first, because I heard the premise. I was like, oh, are they gonna make the Joker like this goody, and they kind of made
like, is this like Lego Batman? Like, I do get lots of Lego Batman vibes, but I get Dark Knight vibes as well. Some Batman Beyond kind of vibes too in there. Like, I can see like all the influences that he took, and definitely Batman 89, obviously with the name Jack Napier. Name.
But yeah, like when I first heard the premise, I'm like, oh, are they gonna make Joker goody, and they're gonna make Batman like a villain or something? But they really didn't. They didn't do that. I mean, even though the Joker, Jack was like better, he wasn't completely squeaky clean, and Batman wasn't a villain, but they were still kind of at odds for the most part.
Well, honestly, they bring up the valid points that, as a fan of Batman, you can't sweep under the rug. It's like, yeah, he's a vigilante. Vigilantism is, illegal. And in my favorite issue 4 is my favorite, where Gordon's like, if you just gave us a damn fleet of Batmobiles instead of hogging it for yourself, I'm like, thank you! Somebody besides Charlie finally said it. I know. I think Charlie would absolutely love this run.
Oh, yeah.
This is right up his alley.
Next time we talk to him, yeah, we're going to have to promote the,
at least I don't know how I felt about Harley. Like, not Harley 2, but the original Harley. Like, I go back and forth with it even right now.
Well, that was interesting. I think issue 2 was that like Sean Murphy's take on like, this modern Harley version of Harley sucks, and this is why classic Harley is better.
That's what I definitely got. But I do also like the fact that Marion Andrews is a very archaic play on words for clown. They used to call him Mary Andrews, like Merry Andrews. So that name's kind of a play on a clown as well, just like Harley Quinn. So I was like, okay, he's got a little bit of love for Batman and puns. That's fun.
But I like this world because, like you were saying, we got all kinds of, you could tell, the Raiders a big fan of, 89 Batman. There's a lot of animated series stuff, especially in this last issue.
Oh yeah. Although I feel like this last issue was kind of rushed. Like, because the epilogue, it's like 6 pages of just dialogue of answering tying up the loose ends. Here's a bow, here's a bow, here's a bow, here's a cliffhanger. What do you think?
Oh, like when they at the end.
We won't jump right to the end, but the cliffhanger at the end, obviously.
Like
where he's talking to Gordon.
Like who the that I thought you meant like when they revealed who the real mastermind is, and it wasn't Jack.
Oh well, I mean, since issue 1, I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
So it's just like, especially when, the second one shows up and they make it seem like she was such a good imitator that he didn't realize. I'm just like, I never thought of Joker as a narcissist or anything like that. He was just abusive a-hole, really, at the root of it, but not a self-absorbed narcissist too.
But yeah, that was weird how it's like he couldn't tell one Harley from the other when he was crazy as the Joker. But I'm like, how? I'm like,
maybe she kept the makeup on and she did a real good pudding.
Years ago,
I don't know.
Years ago, I was friends with identical twins, and you could tell them. I mean, they were
once you get around them, you can absolutely tell them apart. Heck, I can still tell Tia and Tamara apart.
But I mean, seriously, and supposedly he loved Harley. You should be able to tell the difference.
Although I can't tell Cole and Dylan Sprouse apart for the life of me. I really, really can't.
You're such a teenage girl.
I grew up with Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and Kim Rhodes is Supernatural alumni. So, and plus one of them is on Riverdale. I don't know which one. But
no, you were talking about that cliffhanger in the last issue, like the very last page. Are we going to get a sequel to this series?
I hope he doesn't Frank Miller it up because, honestly, I see a lot of Frank Miller tendencies in this one, for better or for worse. But I feel like this was self-contained and it doesn't need a sequel. So, of course, DC's going to give it a sequel in about 3 years.
I just thought maybe that last page kind of...
The world is fun, though. We can revisit it, but maybe from the perspective of Dick and Babs, especially now that, spoiler alert, this is totally spoilers, by the way, guys, Alfred's dead. Yeah. And really, that's the driving force of this story all along. That's the real love story of this whole thing.
And plus, too, you know what else they can explore? In this world, as they revealed, Jason Todd was Robin before Dick.
Which is maybe where Snyder got that idea from. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. He was like, oh, this is a Batman comic. But also, it was the whole thing with Joker beating him and everyone thought he was dead, but they never found the body, which didn't they say... he survived. He just never wanted to come back to Batman. So again, another open plot hole there. Where's Jason Todd?
Okay, let's just call it. This is totally going to be one of those DC animated movies, right?
Yeah, I do it right. Don't water it down. Don't pull a Killing Joke on this, please.
I mean, it'd be hard to pull a Killing Joke, and I definitely think it needs to be a 2-parter. You cannot cram 8 issues into
do like
one movie.
Do
the build up and then leave a cliffhanger.
Like the Dark Knight Returns. Do 2 parts. Yeah.
Definitely. I totally could see this. Like, this is what I was thinking the whole time I was watching. Definitely have him maybe like help the animators or something, because he's an animator as well. I don't know if anybody really knows that about him.
Huh.
So I think that would be like a very unique way to keep it kind of true to the story.
Well, I never know why, like, when they make the animated, they do animated and, like, even live action versions of these stories. I'm like, why don't you get input from, like, writers and artists who actually write this, create the comics?
Yeah. It's a thing. Well, it's that eternal struggle between creatives in the suits and the studio. It's always a mess.
Oh, yes.
And whoever pays for it at the end of the gets the biggest say. Whoever pays the most gets the biggest say. So
true.
That's why sometimes it does pay to be small, independent. so your vision doesn't get lost in the muck. But yeah, I was constantly impressed. The artwork never let up, not a single issue.
Yes.
Which is, I was really, really shocked by that in a good way.
And like even like the covers, are we gonna get like posters of these, or even just like one poster with everything on it?
One of these is they actually, which one is it? The number 7. The homage on Harley Loves Joker. One of the variants is basically this cover.
Oh yeah, probably not this one.
No, it's issue 7 or issue 6.
This is 7, but I mean,
it's the one with they have a couple of variants I think out. It's the one. Maybe it was 8. I think it might have been 8.
Well, here I have a variant for 6. I mean, it's not Harley and Joker, but it's Babs and Dick. Look,
yeah,
they still got to show his butt. Come
on. The first issue had like 3 variants. I'm just like, oh, ride that wave. But I mean, in this case, I'm actually all for it because I was interested. Mm-hmm. A lot of time they have variants. I'm just like, why? Why does that exist?
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this story. I would love to see an animated version of it if they did it right.
The first issue, though, I mean,
especially with this Batman Ninja stuff out now, it seems like that
came out of nowhere for me. I'm just like,
me too.
I always know about stuff, and I'm just like, where the hell did this come from?
And why?
Yeah, seriously, I hadn't seen an ad for it or anything. It just popped up, and I was just like,
I saw them talk. I saw an ad or two on like probably Facebook or something like a while ago, but yeah, not a lot until it came out. But it seems like they're willing to do more like Batman Elseworld stuff, like they did Gotham by Gaslight. They're doing the Batman Ninja stuff. Do this. This is kind of an Elseworlds.
Well, it is. It's officially out of continuity, obviously, but there was a rumor that they were going to bring the sane Harley Quinn into that continuity, the older Harley Quinn into this continuity or something like that.
I think that's what. Yeah, I didn't know if that was like official or if people were like, "Oh yeah, they should do that so people can have their cake and eat it too." You know, if you like this Harley, we have them. If you like this Harley, we have her too.
Yeah, that's why I definitely think DC's gonna adapt it because they're all about letting somebody have their cake and eat it too.
I think that didn't that get like a really positive response too?
Yeah, I just want to say that I feel like the run of issues 1 through 5 were dang near perfect, but then it kind of started to pitter.
Unless, like you said, they added another issue, so unless they were afraid they were running out of, space to tell their story until they got.
It started to get repetitive too, though. It's just like, and like so. The thing that I guess I was really liking that I felt was working for the story was the whole, basically his social commentary on police brutality using Batman as the lens.
Yes.
And then that kind of gets in the pundits and the talking heads and stuff like that. Like that is so true to like what is going on. People
and like
beating it to death.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to bring up is like the real world like political points is like I lost track of like how many times that they said social justice warrior in this.
Yeah. It has like, okay, so apparently there was supposed to be a lot more nudity and bad language, but the editors nixed it. I know that the last issue had at least 2 S-bombs in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, came out of nowhere. I'm like, hey, whoa, easy.
I'm trying to remember, was there an a-hole in here somewhere?
I'm sure there was.
But yeah,
there had to be.
I mean, it's teen plus, so. But we still
but like S-bomb? Like,
I know.
Come on.
But that's what I was gonna say. Isn't like Constantine like teen plus, and we don't get that kind of language.
Well, it's also not. This is also out of continuity as well. But yeah there's gonna be a lot more grit to this. But also, like, hey, now you're not Frank Miller.
But I mean, it's
not yet.
But I mean, it's teen plus, but also it's like your most well.
Teen plus is like PG nowadays.
And I'm saying it's like one of your more well-known characters too. So
absolutely, probably why they kind of just.
Well, I mean,
put the kibosh.
Was it issue 2? They were kind of like skirting the line there with like they wanted to do Harley nudity. It seemed like
I feel like we got a little too much of Harley's boobs in the animated one where she dang near had her way with Dick. Which awful animated show was that?
That Batman Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Batman had to share a day with Harley. I'm still upset.
But yeah, I just wonder if that's that too. The response to that is like why they like kind of like cut back on stuff too.
Mm. But as the social commentary dropped, the characters did come more into focus.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. I really am I'm really obsessed with how he portrayed Alfred, because I feel like that's absolutely the response that would happen. He would absolutely become a little more unhinged. Mm-hmm. We saw it with the Batman Beyond, kind of, sort of.
Oh yeah, I mean even that note at the end of 8, he was like he predicted everything Bruce did.
Exactly. So yeah, I do enjoy that was kind of the underlying drive. He's like wait a minute, you're getting involved with a freeze? What?
And like Bruce and Dick at each other's throats as usual.
Yeah. Although, of course, Dick's the voice of reason. So.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, we don't need it, but I wonder if they do another series, if they would do like a prequel to this or something.
What would the prequel be?
I don't know.
I think if they do another one, it's definitely going to be the aftermath of what happens at the end of this.
It should be, but I just wonder if if them cashing in, if they would do a prequel. Well, like basically Jason Todd's time with Bruce, since he was the first one in this universe, or how they did the transition from Jason Todd.
I don't think that could work though. Honestly, like Jason Todd is the first Robin.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless, if Jason Todd was the same in this universe as he is in the regular universe, you get this crappy kid and then Bruce was like, okay, I have to do better. So he went to Dick Grayson.
Then he over course corrects. Okay.
Yeah. But no, I like your idea of, if they did like a Dick and Babs book.
Yeah, like kind of on the peripheral, like this guy over here.
Especially with the, if that cliffhanger at the end goes a certain way, you might have to focus on Dick and Babs more. Bruce might be indisposed.
See, that's the thing about, like, especially with Batman and Green Arrow, you know what I mean? When they reveal, it's like, but your city's a mess and they need you, so they might just overlook it and sweep it under the rug. And, Gotham's a hell of a town. Yeah. No matter what iteration is, Gotham's a hell of a town.
I've always said it would be, like, interesting if, like, you did a story where, Bruce Wayne gets outed as Batman and you kind of do, like, what Bendis did on Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like you half the people believe it, half the people are like, no, it's just tabloid BS.
I mean, it's kind of obvious though, honestly. It's not like Superman where he has the hypnotic glasses and he can scrunch himself down and change his facial features a little bit.
Well, I mean, Batman does wear more of a mask and stuff.
But that chin, though, like, come on. It's like Oliver. That chin, bro. Come on.
I mean, how did Ra's al Ghul eventually figure it out back in the day? It's like, who's rich enough to do it? Who lives in Gotham City?
Who's supposed to care enough about Gotham?
Rich guys in Gotham City, and then you research it, and it's like, oh, look, this guy's parents got killed. It probably made him deranged.
Although, I mean, enough people. Remember when Roy was stealing stuff from Oliver just to have his adventures? That could be plausible too.
True.
So, me and my Green Arrow, I can't help it.
Oh wait, or Batman Incorporated. Remember, Bruce Wayne was like, "Oh yeah, I financed Batman."
Oh man, I'm still bitter. Don't bring that up.
I'm sorry, I know.
And then when they made the shorts they did a couple of shorts for was it The Batman? Or was it Brave and Bold? The Brave and the Bold. I think it was Brave and the Bold that they made a couple of the shorts for at the beginning of this. Yeah, it was the Brave and the Bold. Those were so good. You should look them up on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, I've only seen like an episode or two of that. I really.
Philip, the Brave and the Bold is everything.
Well, I want to watch
everything. It's hard to get into because you can't, like, especially if you're coming from like Justice League Unlimited and stuff. But once you get into it, Ted McGinty as freaking Aquaman is my everything.
I did like the Flash episode. I did watch that one.
Yeah, the ending. Oh my god, just perfect.
I want to watch The Batman. I've only seen like a couple episodes of that. No, not. I mean, it was all right. The couple I saw.
It gets worse. And then I forget the one where it's Alfred with a gun and katana.
Oh,
that one was terrible too.
That one wasn't. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I watched
the animation, the CGI animation on it was just I could not get into it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah.
I do like this universe though. So they're definitely. I really feel like they're definitely going to do something with it because it's DC. When do they not? When do they ever leave a property alone? They even went back and revisited Kingdom Come, which didn't need to be.
And I mean, it is an Elseworlds kind of, but it's not like that far off center. Like, it's not like Ninja Batman or like Green Lantern Batman. It's Batman in Gotham. So, I mean, it's easy enough to go back to.
Yeah. And people had a hell of a response to it. Like, I was really surprised that it was selling out. Like, the people in my comic book store, yeah, it's selling out. And I'm like, really? Meanwhile, in Dark Knight Metal was selling out too. That's why I was just like, I can't trust people anymore because Dark Knight Metal was cool.
That's what
it's spilled over and it's leading this huge event that's not an event. They don't want to say that in this event, Justice League No Justice. They don't want to say it's an event, but it is an event. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You got the 4 pillars of the universe here, and I'm just like, I see you.
But yeah, well, I bought the regular issues of Metal, but I didn't buy like those one shots with all the different evil Batman. Yeah. I didn't know if that was worth my time or not. I was like,
it wasn't.
So, but yeah, I mean, I heard about all the good words.
Yeah, I heard good stuff about it. I was still like, I don't know. And then, like I said, I got into it, and I was just like, okay, I like the story. I like where it's going. I really like this take on Joker, but it kind of just takes away with Harley being the person pulling the strings behind it for me.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed reading this, and like with you, so you're talking about rediscovering Superman. Like, I've been bored with Batman for a while. This is like kind of re-energized me, like back in the Batman.
Yeah, Batman has been kind of stale, which I think is why they're doing the wedding thing, and I really do think that that's going to get retconned. It's not going to happen or something like that.
You think? I mean, I think it'll go a couple years at least.
Okay, so there's a reason why there's a difference between Batman and Superman. You know what I mean? We clamored for them to be married. We clamored for them to have a kid because we're like, yeah, I mean, he's going to be the perfect dad. He had John, he had Pa Kent. Of course he's going to be the perfect dad, and that's an interesting dynamic because his kid's going to have superpowers. I can take or leave Damian. They could write him out of existence tomorrow, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if, like, with the wedding coming, if they are going to do this Deathstroke thing, even though it's not going to make sense, and they're going to make Damian Deathstroke's kid. Do you think that could happen?
Dick's kid.
Dick's a better father to him, and
I mean,
might as well. I mean,
that would be the plot twist.
Might as well. I mean, like I said, Dick's a better father to Damian than Bruce ever is.
Well, Dick's better than Batman, period. So.
That's right! In your face.
As long as Seeley's writing him. No offense to anybody else, but I really feel like Seeley is that guy when it comes to Nightwing. He really gets it. Like, some creators really get it, and they really have a passion, and other people are just there for the paycheck. I'm not talking about the new creative team or anybody in particular, but sometimes it shows. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway.
DC, bring me in I'll write Nightwing. I have passion out the yin-yang for Nightwing.
God. Yeah, you bring back Dick and Babs. I second that nomination.
Yes.
But no, what was your favorite issue out of this one?
Like I said, issue 2 was interesting with like the 2 Harley stuff. I don't know. I liked this last issue. I mean, I didn't think it was as rushed as you did, but
well, it's just the epilogue. It was kind of obvious that he was trying to get to stuff, and that's like, oh, it's got to be a giant size.
It's kind of hard to remember which issue was which because, like I said, I did read most of it in one sitting. So
yeah.
But no, I thought for the most part, Dick and Babs were written pretty much, character-wise, that were written well. They weren't like takeoffs,
Gordon was my favorite one in the whole book, throughout the whole thing. I just love Gordon. I'm just like, yes, finally you've come to your senses.
Well, yeah, they actually wrote him with like a backbone, and just like, he wasn't going to buckle under the mayor, and then he was willing to get in Batman's face and be like, you know what? Yeah, you know why people are swarming the Jack? Because he's right in many ways.
I will say that I didn't really like the frozen tomb of Gotham kind of thing. No, it was just kind of like a weird choice for that one.
And like the whole what about the whole Nazi thing?
I guess they're trying to cash in on that sweet Captain America cash. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like Freeze's whole thing came from like the Nazis and stuff, and
it's like, well, Joker did work with the Red. Well, almost worked with the Red Skull. Then he found out he was a Nazi.
And it's just like, I mean, I understand. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it just seems like every story they have to like try to tie it into Bruce's father or his parents. It's like every Batman.
This one's for Thomas Wayne, yo.
You don't. One for my homies. But no, I mean, you don't have to tie that. His parents into every story. His parents are tied into every story. Their deaths created Batman. There's your tie-in.
And also, like, it was kind of weird because speaking of that, kind of reminds me of Flashpoint where Neo Joker is, she's like, well, if you're not going to be the Joker, I'll do it. See?
Yeah. Huh?
Clayface. Why do they drag Clayface into everything? Poor Clayface just can't stay in one place.
Drag him into everything? You mean people's stomachs? Ew.
Dude, they've been on a Clayface and Crocodile kick, though. I guess Crocodile more because of suicide.
You mean Killer Croc?
Yeah, whatever.
But you could tell, somebody's a fan of the animated series because you had, who was that, Baby Doll?
Yeah!
What was that line? It's like, when they spoon Crocs, the littles.
Oh. The dialogue was great for the most part. Mm-hmm. Even if some of it was a little drawn out, I did still find the dialogue really great. And I don't know how he found the time to do the story and the artwork and have it both be really good and consistent. That's something you really don't see a lot.
And I mean, you could tell it was good because it made me care about Jack Napier. It made me care, it's like, no, don't turn back to the Joker. It made me care about the
Although
Joker.
You knew that was the unavoidable conclusion.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. But, it made me care about the character more than just like, oh, look, here's the Joker, the mad dog who Batman has to put down, But,
and that definitely had a lot of Nolan, too. Mm-hmm. We could do this forever kind of thing.
Yes.
And I want to know what he meant by he found the Joker in that cell. Like, and they didn't answer that question. What does it mean?
That's what I'm saying. There's a couple dangling plot threads that's why I'm like, there's got to be a sequel coming.
And they're like, did he really die? Because he didn't die when the thing blew up. So what's to say he died that right then after he, said I do to Harley?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't answer the question when Batman asks. And I'm like, who the hell does she think she is? Old Barbara Gordon from Batman Beyond meeting him on rooftops with glasses and short hair?
Well, I mean, wasn't this like, aren't they all a little older? Because didn't Batman say, oh, I've been doing this for decades? Did he say decades?
Decades, yeah. Decades.
Yeah, cool. So I'm thinking that's just their way of showing that everything, everybody's.
I know, but it was just like, it was very reminiscent of when she used to meet Terry on the rooftop. My favorite scene, though, out of the whole thing has to be Joker in the Batmobile with Batman. I love that. And that is such a perfect way to open up the final chapter of his series. It's like, I've been wanting to see this. Like, just gonna push the eject button and kill him, right?
I love when Clayface shows up. Joker's like, "Oh, hey, how much do you remember?"
Oh, yeah. He definitely took the best of a lot of different pieces, though. I will say.
Yes.
And overall, I'm surprised I'm giving it this high. It's an A, just a flat out A for me.
Yes.
The artwork he just nailed it. He needs to be on the main book as far as I'm concerned at this point.
Yes.
We could use some of that.
I would love a similar story to this, set in continuity. Yes.
I mean, honestly, it feels kind of like when they wanted Catwoman to go straight a little bit, sans the insanity thing.
I mean, this is so good. Now that I have all 8 issues, I think sometimes the next couple of days I want to sit down again and read everything, or all through.
That's a lot to take in and stuff you can definitely miss. It definitely needs a couple of readings.
But now that I have it all, I want to read it all at once.
So what about you? Is it an A for you or A plus, definitely. Minus?
I was at least an A. I'll go A plus. Like I said, I love this book.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Like I said, I was hesitant at first.
Yeah.
But I really think it's worth it. I definitely think that issue was worth the extra $1, which I never say. So I mean business. So yeah, the covers were just amazing.
Yes.
Cover was very detailed and right on the money about the story.
Well, I think that's the other thing that helped this book is just the art and the story. I mean, again, since the same guy's doing both, but I mean but I mean you could still have the same guy doing the writing and the art, and it might not sync, but it synced so well.
Yeah, definitely. So kiddos, I wouldn't even say wait for the trade. I'd say run out and get it right now.
Yeah, if you can find all 8 issues at once, go pick it up. But yeah, all the issues are out now, so that's what I would recommend. Don't read it one at a time. Well, buy it all at once, either in trade or all 8 issues. But
see, that's one thing I really don't like about buying it in trade, which is why I've gone to more of a digital unless it's really important. Because I enjoy the covers. That is the best part of a comic book for me, really.
Well, sometimes it depends on some trades. They'll put the covers in, even if it's at the end or something. Some don't. Yeah. I don't know why.
Cheapskates.
Probably. Yeah.
No, that's really I think it just depends. It's just okay, yeah.
And some, I like it when they put it between each issue is in the trade.
That's the thing that I really think that Walking Dead fans that don't buy issue by issue, they really miss out on it.
Yeah. That's what I love with trades.
Easter eggs and stuff like that. And then they call back to stuff. And then so if you haven't, and a lot of comic books are like that. So yeah.
That's the best. When they did the trade, you should just open it up and it should just look like they binded all the issues together.
Not too many people do that. And I'm just it seems logical to me, but I don't know why they don't.
Unless is there well, I mean, you're already getting the interior art. Is there some weird thing with rights with covers?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, because a lot of the time the cover artist isn't the main artist.
Oh, yeah. So you might be paying an extra person. So
yeah,
cheapskates. Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, I highly recommend it. Yes. If you guys read it, please do be sure to, or if you have read it, please be sure to give us some feedback. Let us know what you thought of Batman White Knight. Do you feel sorry for the Joker? Do you want to see this more of this world? I could see more Dick and Babs from this universe, definitely, though. And need that.
But send us your thoughts on this series. Even what do you want to see us review next? News. Oh yeah, we can do Walking. I mean, we can do any. You're pushing your luck there. I'll let you and Charlie do that. But that's what I'm saying. Anything new releases, we'll even do old stuff. Let's do some old stuff.
Faith and Angel. You like that film?
Oh yeah, I read some of the older Angel stuff. Yeah.
No, but the Faith and Angel stuff is really good. Although I don't know why people ship them. It was kind of gross. It's Faith always wants with Bucky's. But I do enjoy their dynamic, and I don't even know if they're still making them anymore. Mm-hmm. I haven't read it in a while.
But yeah, so write us your thoughts on this series. What do you want to see reviewed next? Old stuff, new stuff? Because even if it's old, even if it's something Marvel that Lilith doesn't want to touch, Charlie and I can.
I was gonna say, what are you and Charlie up to? Or you haven't discussed it yet?
I haven't discussed it yet, but I think when we get off here, I'm gonna message him and be like, hey, anything you want to review or.
Fantastic Four. That's my vote for you guys.
I should be like, you want to review some Burn Fantastic Four?
Hey, what's wrong with? Oh, he doesn't like it.
No, he likes it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm surprised if he didn't like Burn.
Oh no, I think that's maybe his favorite era of Fantastic Four.
So let us know, guys. And Phil, how can they reach us?
Well, they can always email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Facebook.com/Capes and Lunatics, at Capes Lunatics on Twitter, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And Lilith, if people want to recommend a Spider-Man story for us to review, where can they get a hold of you?
Any Spider-Man story, like literally any Spider-Man story. There's not a bad Spider-Man story. I'm sorry. There's just not. But anyway, at Lilith Hellfire, especially if you are going to be live tweeting the season finale of The Flash or Arrow, I want to get in on the conversation with everybody because this is the last time I've given up on both shows. So,
but then we're gonna do
we're doing Legends. That's my show.
Well, no,
Legends and Black Lightning.
The season finales season finales of Arrow and Flash. We're gonna do a live after show for each one, right?
Yep, and then I don't ever have to think about it unless they show up on Legends. What about you, Phil? Where can those comic book creators get a hold of you?
Especially Sean Murphy. We would love to talk to you about this series and more.
And other things.
That's right. NightwingPDP@gmail.com. And on Twitter, I am at NightwingPDP.
All right. Hit the music and let's get out of here, sir.
Might have to look for different theme music, too.
No need. We're not fancy.
What's his comic book story? What do I have here? Oh, I can just feel some super connectivity music. Oh, I have to hit up Rob. We have old Marvel Roundup and World's Finest music.
You do. Mash it up.
Get it from Rob. But yes, send us your thoughts. What do you want to see reviewed next? We'll do anything. And we got enough varied interests on our team where, you know.
Come on, Dark Horse or Valiant or Image. Sick of the big two.
Oh, do some Spawn.
Of course, we said we were, and then
well, we did the first issue, but we can do more.
That was for Black History.
Send us your thoughts. Do it now.